Before we get started, is there anything you would like me to highlight in general, or anything that you would like to make sure that isn't highlighted whatsoever?
No, not at all. Fuck, should I
All
go down
right,
there?
awesome.
Not gonna lie to you, I got a call to go represent somebody just now. You're good.
Okay, are you sure?
Yeah.
All right, all right. If you could have a seat right there, we're ready to rock and roll. Let me just make sure that everything is nice and ready here. All right, can you just say your name one time so if I
My
can
name is
pronounce it?
Ramee Ramen.
Ramee Al Ramen. Perfect. Thank you very much. All right, here we go. We're about to start taping
Okay.
right now. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 1, season 1 of Popstalk. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. For those that have bought the tapes, you guys are incredible. This supports us and supports everything that we do, and hopefully we can get as many guests on here as possible. If you have not subscribed, we will have a little bit of a ad at the end of the episode. You text the number. You can subscribe to the show. We text you whenever tapes are ready. Today, I am very happy to announce that we have one of the most sought out lawyers in the city. I have seen his ads and I have heard the aura that surrounds him in general. Mr. Ramee Ramen here on the show. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, hit the intro.
Oh shit, production combination.
Mr. Ramee, welcome to the show, my friend.
Oh my god, thank you so much, Paps, for having me on.
Thank you for being here. It is one of my ladies and gentlemen, he is one of the busiest people, one of the
Oh
busiest
my god,
people on the
spam.
planet right now. Thank you for taking time out of your day. That's the first and foremost. You are one of the busiest people on the planet,
Of
and
course,
you're
of
taking the
course.
time to be here. I did a little bit of intro before we hit that intro, but I feel like it might be the best to have you introduce yourself to the listeners of Paps Talk right now.
Mm.
It gives them, a little bit of a relation to you right now.
Well, thank you so much, Paps. Well, for those who don't know who I am, my name is Ramee Ramen. The best lawyer in town. That's right. Got an undefeated record of 21-0. Anybody who has me on their retainer, my friend, you will be acquitted of all charges. Now, that is right. I offer a 100% guarantee win rate. KD's through the roof. MLG status, one would stay.
21-0 is a number that I don't think a lot of people can wear the badge of. That is something that
Come on, Paps.
it's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. It is what it is. Hard work and dedication gets you places. You know what I mean? That's why I always got to say, you guys make sure you got to ring Ramee. You understand? That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you got to ring Ramos.
Got a ring, Ramee. So let's bring it back a little bit. Let's talk about the history. How did you get into this field? Because personally, I feel lawyers are kind of the unsung heroes of our world right now.
100%. I think this goes back to my first body. That's right. About 7 years ago, I blew up the Mission Row PD and killed the first commissioner of the city, Sam Bass.
Oh my god!
And I was looking at charges, and to be honest with you, when I caught my first body, I didn't know how to get out of it other than to learn the law and find the loopholes within the law to get myself acquitted of all charges. And Paps, let me tell you something. That's what I did.
Incredible. Is it was law ever? I mean, this might be a redundant question, but was law ever kind of on your radar before that, or did you learn how to find these loopholes and these little ins and outs within law because of that specific situation? Were you ever like, maybe into
Well,
being
I
a
tell you
police
what,
officer,
I started
judge?
watching Suits.
Huh?
I started watching Suits, all 9 seasons of it, and let me tell you, I can for those, if you know, I can relate the most to Louis Litt, and but I take myself more of as a Harvey guy, and I am the Harvey of the Los Santos city. That's what I am, undefeated, never lost, winning is the only option. That's right.
Incredible. Incredible. You know, as someone, I haven't dabbled with either sides of the law. I'll be honest with you. I'm just kind of a bum that figured that I can talk into a microphone and hopefully people will pay me. I very heavily I'm curious about both sides of that coin. And now, as someone can represent people from let's just say colorful backgrounds in general, people that have things they don't want to be publicly broadcast, so to speak. Is it difficult for you to take on all their baggage? You know, you have to represent all these people all day, every day. How is it for you mentally, physically, kind of holding on to all that information?
Well, I relate to the streets. I relate to all parties, all types of people. Here's my line. You want to know how I sell them on getting the retainer? I always tell people, listen, you don't need a criminal lawyer. You need a criminal lawyer.
Incredible. And again, ladies and gentlemen, one of the busiest people in the city right now, and you can hear the phone ringing off the fucking.
It's off the hook. It's off the hook. I got so many clients.
It is incredible. Tell me a little bit about your history.
GMO
where'd
free,
you come from?
molecular. I came from the streets of Los Santos. Actually, well, Liberty City. How do I say this? I'm from Brooklyn.
Okay.
Yep, New York. Born and raised in New York City. That's right.
Hell yeah. And have after the war and after the madness that went down happened, everybody kind of was kind of, it felt like they were all crawling from the shadows. How was that for you? How was that period of time for you?
Oh, well, let me tell you. Now, the streets of Brooklyn, New York City, it's really hard. It's really hard over there. You understand? But you know what I mean? I made it out. All that. And here we are today. Here we are sitting in the lush studio talking about your successes and all everything that comes with it. Tell me a little bit about that. What 21-0? What are some of the highlights in those? Well, I mean, I might have arguably got my biggest case win today. My guy guilty on all charges, but I got him acquitted of all of them. You know,
are we allowed to talk a little bit about that?
Yes, it's already been appealed. It's all good. Yeah, I got a guy here who he robbed a cop gun. Bro still got it. I ain't gonna lie. Bro still got it, and he got acquitted of all the charges. You know, but you know that's
incredible.
The type of work that we do over here.
Incredible, absolutely incredible. There's a misconception, like I was saying earlier, about lawyers. Generally speaking, you know, you hear the jokes here and there, dime a dozen, a busload of lawyers. What are some of the misconceptions that you may have heard during your time, being a lawyer at legal aid?
Can we strike that last question? Because I just broke confidentiality. Can we strike that?
Wait, do you want it bleeped out?
Yeah, bleep that last question. Because that was confidential.
Okay. Wait, let me just make a note of it. There we go. Okay. All right. We can set. We'll just bleep it out. We'll bleep it out. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Sounds good.
All right. So note to the editor. We're gonna streak that last one out and take it from here. And rolling. So there
in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So there are a lot of misconceptions, generally speaking, about lawyers, and there are a lot of jokes. You know, a busload of lawyers off a cliff is a good thing, or a dime a dozen, and the whole nine. What are some of the misconceptions you've heard about people, and how does it affect you in your job?
Well, now to be honest with you, there is a lot of profiling that's going on. You know, there's a lot of profiling that is going on in the city of Los Santos, conducted by the LSPD. You know, I had another case earlier. The guy was wearing all black, so they detained him. You know what I mean? Like, what are we doing over here? You know what I mean, or what? You know, that's a common. It's crazy out here.
It is pretty crazy. And speaking of the police department in general, you basically have to deal with them day in and day out. Those are, I mean, for lack of a better term, your coworkers, so to speak.
Oh, I know.
How crazy is that? Having had the history you've had, and the upbringing that you've had. What does that mean to you? Is that a struggle every day, or is that just an easy
I
breeze
mean,
every
I
day?
can bring
'Cause-
one of my coworkers down here and we can have him sit in the second chair if you want.
yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
I'm ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, give him a call here. Leo,
Howdy.
I'm doing a
Yes.
podcast right now, and they want you to come down here to be part of the podcast. Can you come
Oh,
down? It's at
okay.
Weasel News.
How much time do I have? Because I'm dealing with something. Make sure I'm pity right now.
I mean, we're rolling right now.
Okay. Can I be there in 10?
Yeah, 10 minutes. 10 minutes.
All right. Sounds
All right,
good.
sounds
okay.
good. Please hurry.
Yep.
All right. All right, 10 minutes. We can ballpark some questions right now if you want.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
So yeah, absolutely. We got Mr. Ramee's coworker coming in just a little bit, but until then, we talked about the relationship you have with the PD in general. Do you feel like you kind of understand? Because we will have some representatives of the police department on the podcast to talk about their struggles and their workflow in general. Do you feel like, having been in on that side of the law, do you understand their approach and generally their workload, or does it just kind of amplify what the rest of the city kind of and we all know what the rest of the city kind of thinks of the people. Right?
Sure, I'll be glad. I'll be so happy to answer that question for you. Which camera am I looking at here? Which camera?
Right, that one right in front of you, right there.
This is to you, Ruth. Fuck you, Captain Ruth. I'm gonna fucking get you for what you did today. I'm not fucking around anymore. Just you'll wait and see. You'll wait and see, Captain Ruth. Sorry about that. There's some things I need to get off my chest. And honestly,
No?
Captain Ruth is one of those officers that needs to understand and learn the law. She needs to learn the law. She needs to learn the law. Hey, how about this? How about we pause the interview and let's focus on the questions you're going to be asking it's going to be Captain Leo Slacks.
Okay.
So what questions you got for him? Let's get him some hard-hitting ones.
Captain Leo Slacks. Okay. So this is someone that wait, let me just pause.
It's a cop. Yeah, pause that shit.
So this is somebody that you work with often. I'd like to know a little bit more about the relationship between the both of you.
Oh, perfect.
Whether the friction that happens, if there are any certain examples or actual case studies that you guys can talk about legally and bring up.
So here's what we'll do.
Hmm?
Chat, you guys want me to click camera on or camera off? I want you to adjust some of your questioning, okay?
All right, let's hit
ask him, Leo. We have some questions from the crowd here, and we've done a poll on questions. Dual poll mods, dual poll for camera on or off. Be like, so what are the questions? One of the main questions we got from the audience was, how come you never pick up your phone?
Okay.
Is it true that you look into things but actually not do it? And how do you feel about the ongoing EMS ERP pandemic that's going on at the hospital?
EMS
Yeah, EMS ERP pandemic.
pandemic.
Yeah. So run through these 3 questions with me.
All right. So we got some questions from the audience. The first one I would like to ask him would be about picking up his phone, as there's a lot of people from the audience that have voted the question of why do you not pick up your phone, Captain Leo. The second question is,
If
We've
he says
heard,
I do, if he says do, be like, well, you never pick up your phone, or you have to get spam called to pick it up. You know what I mean? All right, and then keep going.
Yeah.
Second question.
The second question is, we've heard, we did our research. Our team has done our research, and we heard a lot about you looking into things, but not necessarily doing them. Why is that?
Okay, that's perfect. That's perfect. Now, what's the third one?
The third one is based on the recent pandemic that has plagued the hospital. I want to get his thoughts on the EMS ERP pandemic that is happening over there.
And if he's gonna be like, well, I'm not aware of a pandemic. Be like, why are you getting so frustrated? Like antagonizing. Be like, why are you getting so frustrated, Mister Slacks? You don't need to get upset. You know, shit like that. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like you know, really press him on these matters. How do you feel about
got
Captain
you.
Ruth doing a poor job in the PD?
Ooh.
Okay. And then another one. How do you feel about the new case law called the hit and Ramee?
All right, so I'm gonna rephrase that to Captain Ruth and her low polls in the city.
Yeah. That's fine. That's fine. And then say what else to say?
What was the last one? Hating Remy?
What did I say? Oh, the hit and Ramee. There's a new case law that's getting put into the city in like a couple hours for the hit and Ramee. How do you feel about it? How do you feel losing the bench? Okay, yeah. Be like, how do you feel losing the appeal on a court case that you had originally won, now getting a case law called the hit and Ramee?
Court case. All right, got you, man.
Yeah, this is
I
good.
think I think I can pull this off. I think I can pull this off.
All right, run me through those
Oh, yeah.
questions.
So we got a bunch of questions from the audience. The first one is about picking up your phone. You have to be spam called. The second one is we asked the audience to let us know what they think, and there's a alarming number that said that you look into things but not actually do anything about it. Also wanted to get his thoughts on the pandemic, specifically the EMS ERP pandemic that's happening at the hospital. We also want to know his thoughts on Captain Ruth and her low polls in the city. We pulled a whole bunch of different
You gotta
people in the
sound
city,
more
including-
energetic when you're asking these questions, though.
Yeah, I'm whispering now just in case he shows up.
Yeah.
And then losing the appeal on the court case for the hit and Ramee.
This is good. This is good. And then ask, why is the PD always throwing Denzel under the bus when it's not always solely his fault?
He's gonna catch me out on that one. I don't know.
No. Do that. Just do that. Just do that. Denzel's
PD what?
Why is PD always throwing Denzel under the bus when it's not solely his fault ever? And then say TMZ got a leaked. Yo, Denzel.
Yo.
Hey, listen. There's a podcast going on right now at the Weasel News. It's gonna be it's me and Slacks, and they're gonna be asking some hard hitting questions right now. You want to come down? You might want to watch this.
All right, let me just deal with this interrogation real quick. When does it happen? When does it start?
It's in like 5 minutes.
Okay, let me just deal with this
You
interrogation.
might want to hurry up. You might want to hurry up. Right.
Okay. All right, let me just deal with I gotta
You're
deal with
gonna
this
want to be
interrogation.
here, trust me.
I need to deal with this interrogation.
All right,
'cause
I'm just
this
saying.
is big.
Just saying.
I got you. I
Wait,
appreciate you.
is this still on the guy?
Well, who?
The guy that got called down there?
Yeah.
What happened? What'd you guys find?
Can't talk to you about that. You're my lawyer.
Okay, whatever, dude. All right, hurry up and get down here.
I bet.
Okay, you need to ask him. How do I say this? You gotta ask him, why is Denzel Shiesty always thrown under the bus? Oh, and then you gotta say TMZ got a leaked. Got the disciplinary report leaked to them. Basically, Denzel Shiesty got suspended, and I've been asking for the disciplinary report to see if it's like.
I'm just gonna say we got leaked reports.
Yeah, no, we got the leaked disciplinary report. You got to say that exactly.
Disciplining.
Yeah. Is that good?
Got it.
Yes. Let's wait for him to get over here.
Dude, I really appreciate this.
What do you mean?
I mean, this is a scoop. This is a lot. I called you to get you on the podcast. Now we have a whole thing. Selling these tapes are gonna go.
You
a
know
lot
I got you,
higher.
bro.
Appreciate it. Really appreciate it. What do you think of the podcast idea in general, Rami?
It's good,
Think
but
it-
you
it
gotta
pop off?
get more of a team here, man.
Yeah. Traffic's a bitch.
Take some phone calls since we're waiting.
Yeah, do your thing. I'm a twat your twat as well.
Okay, do you got it set up?
No, bro. I'm waiting for this girl to fucking respond, bro. She's getting the
So
money.
where are we gonna do it?
Why are
Where
you
we gonna
pressing
do
me on
it
this
at?
so much, bro? When it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah, I understand that, but I'm not gonna pressure her. She's gonna get suspicious.
Okay, just let me know when and give me like 5 minutes beforehand.
Yeah,
to set
yeah,
up
I
and
got you. I
look
got you.
scary.
I got you. I
All
got
right,
you.
I'm gonna hang up now.
All right. I think it's Ramona, by the way.
What do you mean, Ramona?
The girl, your wife, your ex-wife.
Ramona, she's suing me?
Yeah. I'll give you the number. Tell me if you have the phone number. I'll give it to you right now.
You want me to rob Ramona?
What's the phone number? The phone number is. I'll tell you right now. I'll give it to you. It's 420-488-7066. Is that her number that you have in your contact?
I do not have that.
Okay. Well, that's the number. Don't call her and do anything. But when she calls me for the retainer, I'm gonna call her and then we'll do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'll pick up and then we'll do this whole thing. All right.
All right, should I get a knife or a wrench? What? I've never done this before.
Do a knife. Get a knife.
Hey, just let me know.
I have one. I'll give it to you so you don't have to waste your money.
All right, thank you.
All right, no problem. All right.
Officer Brian Knight. Los
Hey,
Santos
Brian
Police
Knight,
Department.
this is your lawyer calling. I'm need the retainer for this week.
I'm not sure I understand let me save your name. Ramee.
Yeah. Remember you signed the retainer agreement to have me be your lawyer $1,000
I didn't
a
actually
week?
sign it.
You did. You said I agree.
Nope.
You did, Brian.
I didn't.
Brian.
Could you give me the rental papers as well, please?
Brian. Brian. Don't do this,
Oh,
Brian.
thank you. I got it. Just hang tight with me. Sorry, I'm in a traffic stop. Go ahead. So what's going on?
Brian, don't do this to me right now. You owe me the fucking thing.
Okay, I'm taking a look here.
Dumbass!
Documents.
Dumb bitch. You owe me the fucking...
Listen, right now you are my bitch. You're calling me, asking me for money.
Brian, I'm not calling you asking for money. It's what you
You're
signed.
literally asking me for money.
It's what you signed, dude.
Okay, I'm looking at it. I remember you giving me the document, but it was never signed. Take a look at it yourself.
Brian, do you want me to
What's going
represent
on?
you?
Tell
or
me
what?
what's really happening.
Bro, you owe me $1,000.
Well, first off, Rami, how are you ever going to represent me? I take like big fucking cases.
Exactly. What is this supposed to mean?
Okay, I am willing to take you on in the following condition where I want a contract that states I have the highest priority on court cases.
I can guarantee that, but it's gonna cost more than just $1,000.
Okay, well, talk to me here. Listen, between you and I, you would have went to jail if it wasn't for the bullshit standards that used to exist.
Wait, what? What are you talking about?
You don't remember 6 years ago
Of?
when you killed Sam Bass? You remember this?
So what?
Yeah, what do you mean, so what?
What about it?
I'm just saying, like, listen, do you really want those cases, those kind of cases?
Oh, like those big ones? Hell yeah, I do.
You want them? Really? Okay.
Hell yeah. But what does that mean? I wouldn't be a lawyer, Brian. What are you talking about?
Wait, what?
Are you recording right now?
No, I'm not recording. Wait, what? I literally didn't even make. Where the fuck did you?
You said I wouldn't be a
where did you
lawyer right
wait?
now if it wasn't for
Where-
these bullshit
I never
standards that
said
occurred
that.
6 years ago or something like that.
No, huh?
That's what you just said, dumbass.
I think you misheard me.
What'd you say?
I don't even remember, but I definitely didn't say that. What I'm saying is,
You need
how
me,
much?
Brian.
How much?
If you want the top priority, it's 2K. Like top, I drop everything in my fucking hands. I go against everybody and nobody can question it. 2,000 a
Okay,
week.
I wanna see that I am your high. Like, I need that in writing.
Okay, but like
Because-
so when you mean
yeah, 'cause-
priority, talk to me. Like you mean like
priority,
no matter
like,
who
I
it is,
take precedence. Correct.
no matter who it is, I have to prosecute for you.
Yeah, that means that's highest priority. Because right now, if you are taking people under retainer, I'm at the bottom of the list. Unless I get to the top of the list, and that's in writing.
You're not at the bottom of the list. What makes you think
Legally, that would be the case.
okay, I see what you're saying. Well, this is even more than just 2,000. Now that I think about it, there's gonna be a
Okay.
lot of conflicts of interest that I'm gonna have to drop and overlook, and people are gonna stop retaining for me. I mean, I'm
Yeah,
down,
I
Brian,
mean,
but
you're-
this
you're
how
talking-
you got to
you're
come up with
talking-
some big shit. You know what I mean?
50%. You know, I have 50. The entire MDW is littered with my name only, except
That's
for one
cap
other incident.
already.
Yeah, brother. Do you not know who I am, bro? I literally do traffic stops all day till I get a drug trafficking.
What?
What? What do you mean?
Wait, you do that all day until you get a DT?
That's what ends up happening. I end up doing traffic until some dumbass is like, "Oh my god," and then they drive off, and then I find a bunch of drugs on them. That's what typically happens.
Like I don't know what's a lot and what's a little. Is 5K a week?
5K a week,
bro.
Bruh.
If I'm gonna drop in everybody, for you, yeah, bro.
I mean, I'm not gonna bring some small shit.
Wait,
listen,
this is only for like
listen.
big cases. You won't even bring me down for like
I
prosecution.
mean, I think the way that I would like to operate, the way that I wanted things to operate before, you know.
I see what you're saying.
The way that I tend to operate is I would rather get plea agreements. I
can
think
get
that
that
helps
easily.
you too.
I get that easily.
Exactly. I mean, going to court, don't get me wrong. I think going to, hold on one second. Hey, I'm on the fucking phone. You fucking wait. You're at a traffic stop and I'm writing down your
I'm gonna take
fucking
a look in the
incident.
office real quick. I'll be right back.
You good, sir? Stop blowing the fucking horn. Okay. I was going to let you off with a warning, but if you're going to keep blowing that horn while I'm actively typing out the incident, we can change that.
Let's do case by case.
Let's have a meeting. Let's do it. Let's have a.
You might actually
little
want to
sit
be
down.
down here for this. Come to Wheels of News. We're doing an interview. It's going to be a podcast to me, Bass, and the interviewer. He wants to talk
Okay.
to the, he wants to talk about, he has some questions for Bass and myself that he wants to ask. So
Okay.
Come on down
all
to
right.
Wheels of News.
All right.
I mean,
I'll head
sorry,
on over.
Leo Slacks. Sorry, Leo. Sorry. Leo Slacks. Me and, me and Leo.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Okay.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to I didn't mean to strike a nerve there. Did I strike a nerve? I'm sorry.
Look here. I'm going to leave you with this. If you want to be my prosecutor, which you would be, I very much would aim for plea agreements and only taking things to trial that are worth it. Not dumb shit, because that's boring.
Wait, run that back again?
Aim for plea agreements. We try to bring the good shit to court.
Yeah, I'm down.
All right, think about price. Something that makes sense.
Okay. All right. Deal.
Think about the content.
Come,
I'm just
yeah,
saying.
100%. Come down here.
All right.
All right.
All right. I'll be there
Peace.
soon. Bye.
People are dying. I'm gonna have to postpone the podcast.
Bro, we've literally been
What?
here for 15 fucking minutes.
I got like 5 bodies at the clothing store right now. Okay, I'm not sure what the fuck happened over here.
What are you talking about, bro? There's other cop. You're not the only cop in the fucking forest, bro.
Well, I understand that, but like I said, yeah, I got a big scene. I'm coming. I'm down the road. I'll be there shortly.
Okay, so you're coming or are you not coming?
I'm coming after this right now. What the hell happened over here?
Okay. Hey, you should start off when you ask questions.
Uh-huh.
You should start off by like ask me a couple, ask him a couple, and then get into those like major ones.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay.
I'll do the same with a like introduce yourself kind of thing.
Okay. You have food on you by any chance?
No, I don't. I have a drink. Do you need a drink?
Hey, Brian.
Hey, how you doing?
We're just waiting for Leo to get down here.
All right.
Actually,
Just gonna be observing.
okay, yeah, no, you're gonna want to hear. You're gonna want to see this.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, you're gonna want to see this. The questions. There's some hard hitting questions here.
Oh.
Actually, if you want, that's the podcast guy right there. So you can ask him some questions. You can throw in some questions you want to ask me and Leo to have answered.
He's a podcast guy.
Yeah, that's the podcast guy.
So I'm thinking about it, and I think we should do it per case,
Okay.
per incident. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm down.
I think that kind of makes sense because
Hey, you got a band-aid
I don't know
on
how
your
much I'm gonna be on. Huh?
Yeah. You
I
got
don't know how much I'm gonna be on duty.
Band-aid, sorry, Band-aid. Or IFAC.
Can you hear me?
There you go. That's all I got.
No, I feel that. Sounds good. Let's do it.
You sure? You sure about this?
Yeah, but like,
They're gonna be big fucking reports.
I
I'll
know.
start sinking my teeth into it.
Yeah, do it.
I was told I could take the gloves off now.
Oh, really?
Hello, sir.
Yeah, this is Brian Knight.
Hello, Mr.
How are we gonna
Brandon.
deal with situations like Taco and Bobby selling drugs over on Forum Drive?
Okay, yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay. Because I wouldn't have noticed had they not like pretty much called themselves out.
Wait, is
I'm
that
not
what
fucking
they're doing
around
right now?
Oh, they were. I mean, I responded to drug calls down in off of Forum Drive. I went down there, just did a regular patrol, and they ended up flagging me down. Can you imagine that?
Yeah, I know, right? All right, well, there he is. There's Captain Slacks.
I'm going on a food run for the guests.
Yes, I need some, please.
Okay,
yeah,
so
she's on
four,
it.
four meals? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5
Yes.
meals.
5 meals.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Hey,
thank you
this
so
is
much.
the podcast guy, Slacks.
Hello, officer.
Howdy, sir. How are you?
Hello, Captain. Sorry.
Howdy.
All good. All good. Very good.
What is your name?
Excited to Johnny Paps.
Okay. And a podcast, huh?
Yes, sir. Yeah, just want to give voice to the people, everybody that's making waves in the city, and make sure that everybody's heard.
Is something wrong, Flex?
No. I just I didn't expect a podcast. That's all.
What you
No,
mean?
that's
This is a podcast, bro. All right, come on. Let's get to it then. Let's get the show on the road, right? Let's get the pod on the road, right?
yeah,
Absolutely.
Are we waiting
I'm
for
ready.
anyone else, or
I'm ready.
are we ready to rock?
No, it's just me on the chair itself. Is just me and Slacks. Brian, if you want, you can come in on this too. It's up to you. But
I mean, I'll tag in if necessary.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna
yeah.
be thinking about
Okay.
some food.
okay. Which chair you want, Slacks?
It doesn't matter. Whatever. It
Hey,
doesn't
I
matter,
can only call you
honestly.
right back, Jackpot.
Yes.
All right.
Listen, if this was
Oh my God. Hold on. Yo.
this is some sort of setup, I'm
Are
ready
you
for it.
talking to Lang about what's been going on with the sanitation shit?
No.
No, sir. No, sir. We're just.
You're not lying?
Oh, why the fuck would I?
I just got a phone call that Lang knows that we met with the Polish people. Batal came running to me and
No.
everything like that.
I have no idea. I didn't talk to him at all.
Hmm.
Oh, wallahi, I didn't.
I believe you. I mean, you don't have to say that.
So why'd you ask me then if you knew that wasn't the case?
I was just asking. I'm trying to like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
process elimination,
no,
pal.
no, I haven't.
All right.
Okay. All right.
All right,
I'll
bye.
call you back. All right, bye. All right, let's get this show on the road. Go ahead. You do the whole intro
Yes,
thing. If
sir.
you want. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, sir. Just make sure everybody's nice and loud.
Yeah, of course.
And yeah, so
Yo, John,
ladies
thanks
and
for that 5
gentlemen,
gifted.
welcome back from that sponsor break. We are now joined by sorry before we
Just do
start,
the whole intro.
so
Do the from the top, from the whole thing from the top.
from the top. All right,
Yeah.
all right. Officer, can you or Captain, can you tell me your full name, please? Just hear it one time.
It would be my pleasure. Captain Slacks.
Captain Slacks, absolutely. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, sorry, let me just hit that. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Paps Talk. Thank you so much for sticking around. Thank you to all the sponsors, and thank you to Mr. Ramee.
Do the music,
our
dumb
guest
fuck.
Today we are also now joined by Captain Slacks, and there's a second wind to this episode of the podcast. So we're gonna hit that intro one more time, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for sticking around. Here we go. Captain Slacks, we've already heard from Ramee earlier today. It is tradition around here to have the guest kind of introduce themselves to the listeners. It's more personal that way. So, Captain Slacks, in your own words, who are you?
Well, I'm a nobody. You know, I'm an asshole from home.
And an asshole from home. Can you dive a little deeper into that? Not into the asshole, but what is the meaning behind that?
No, that was just my humor. I'm just a man who's trying to make a difference in the city. Somebody who's trying to build a police department to help make sure that law and order is always thriving within Los Santos.
Hold
That's
up.
my mission. That's my
Hey,
goal.
yo, what?
Absolutely. And for one, I think the law and order in Los Santos and the law enforcers in general are an unsung hero here. As I was talking to Mr. Ramee earlier, the lawyers are as well. And Mr. Ramee here told us that Captain Slacks, you are somebody that he works closely with. Can you tell us a little bit about you guys' relationship in general?
Absolutely. Mr. Ramee and I, we go way back. There's a lot of history. There's a lot of back and forth, a lot of conversations. In fact, I was the first person to hand him an L in court. But that was important because that conflict brought us closer. Me and him going at it in court was something that, you know, helped our relationship. And I got a better understanding of who he is as a lawyer. And he got a better understanding of who I am as a cop.
Now for not for me, because I'm hip as AF as they say. But for all the boomers that are listening, what is hand him an L? What's that?
Just wait. Just fucking wait.
There was a bench trial where he allegedly ran over an EMS. Mr. Ramee believed he was innocent. There was enough statements and witnesses to believe otherwise. There was a bench trial where he was found guilty of assault and battery.
Oh,
Okay, all right. Is that Mr. Ramee? Is there anything you want to comment on that specific situation there?
yeah. He. I don't think Leo here is aware of what's actually been going on in the world of litigation. I mean, have you heard, Paps?
No, I have not.
Oh,
Really? We got breaking news.
breaking news here. There's actually been an appeal that's been successfully won on that. So that L has now turned into a W, Mr. Leo. And I believe a new case law is going to be put into effect tonight over here in the streets of Los Santos.
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. And you law put into effect tonight
That's
as we
right.
record this.
That's a W, though.
Right, that's a W. Now it's called the hit and Ramee. I mean, you have it on your notes, right? Pops?
Yeah. So this is one of the things we did a lot of research and we have a lot of information that I would love to dive into. But so, Captain Slacks, what is it like losing the appeal on that case for the hit and Ramee?
Yeah.
No, well, here's the thing. You know, sometimes you try your best to find the truth. And unfortunately, you know, you might think you have it right, but turns out you don't. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's no shame in that. You're in the LSPD. We care, right? It's not about being righteous. It's about doing the right thing.
Classic high road. Classic high road. Classic.
Speaking of the right thing, I also speaking about all the research
Classic
that
high
we've
road.
done. I wanted to ask you about how difficult it is for you to pick up your phone. There seems to be a lot of information that we've had that picking up your phone might be an issue for you. Is that something that is due to your busy schedule?
Oh my
or-
God.
That's an odd question. I
Wow.
wonder why
I'm
you
sorry. Who
asked me
asked that question? Who asked that question, Paps?
Yeah, I would love to know from the
there was
audience.
let me look at my notes here. There's 17 different people that asked that question.
What?
17.
Oh
Well,
my
listen,
God, that is crazy. Wow.
I just don't like talking about my personal life because there's a lot going on. There's a lot happening as far as my life, but I am very busy. I am wearing many hats. I do respond to a lot of calls. So to all the folks that I don't pick up the phone from, I apologize. I'm really sorry in advance. It's just the life I live.
Is that excuse my crassness, but is that the reason you tend to look into things but not actually do anything about it? That's another one of those polls.
That is not my motto, no.
Oh, okay, all right. Because I'm just reading.
I like to follow up. I like to follow up for sure. I don't like the things. I don't like things hanging like that. I like to follow through. My police work is not about half-assing things. It's about full measures all the way.
All right. Well, this is a great segue into talking a little bit about something that's much bigger than us. I mean, we've all been through a pandemic, and one of the things that was brought to my attention doing research for the podcast in general was the pandemic that the EMS ERP pandemic that's happening in the podcast, and we wanted to get your yeah, there. I don't know if you know this, Ramee, but there is an EMS ERP pandemic at the hospital.
Oh my God!
And we just wanted Captain Slack's kind of take on it. Captain Slack, is there anything you can add to that?
I heard I heard rumors about that.
Really? You tell, please.
I mean, you remember the interrogation you had on me, Slacks? That is insane. Huh.
Yeah, if you could maybe explain more about
Yeah,
that. 'Cause,
actually, now that I remember, you tried covering that up. That's right here, ladies and gentlemen. There was a cover up here. I was gonna get interrogated by Leo Slacks, and he seemed to quickly brush under the rug the current ERP pandemic that's going on at the hospital. Seems like he's a little bit suspect. Is that right, Paps?
I'd love to hear Captain Slack's take on it. Is there a reason that Mr. Ramee here might be saying you're brushing things under the rug?
I'm not sure where these accusations are coming from. I've seen nothing but pure professionalism from the EMS. I've had nothing but exquisite and fantastic talks with them. I've never seen such behavior of, ERP or anything erotic of nature when I'm talking to them. So I think these are just things I'm not saying, so I can't really make a comment on them today.
So Captain Slacks, just in general, having been, you say false accusations, is that something that happens often in your line of work, or is this a shock to you right now?
Yeah, I mean, this happens. Sometimes people lose themselves; they're not sure exactly where they are, and they make mistakes, or stupid fucking mistakes can happen.
Sounds like we have a pandemic liar on our hands, isn't that right? Sorry, just kidding. Go ahead, guys. Go ahead. Sorry.
I kind of wanted to, as a podcast host, I kind of get a lot of slack, no pun intended. I talk for a living, so I say some things here and there that might, fall upon some ears that might be a little more vulnerable than others. We'll start with Ramee. Is there something that you guys have had in terms of an interaction with each other, some friction, some disputes you've had that we're allowed to highlight here today on the episode?
No, actually, Leo and I have gotten along very well. It's actually the other captains that I don't get along with. I get along with Leo. I mean, I get along with the other captains, but there was some friction there, in the department. But no, Leo and I, we've been A-okay. Pretty square, isn't that right, Leo?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, there's more you want to talk about, Leo. I mean, we're here on the podcast.
Yeah. No, there's definitely no friction. Everything is good. It's rainbows and sunshine everywhere. That's how I see it.
Okay, hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah.
And Captain Slacks, we asked Ramee before you joined us about his relationship with the PD and just how integral of a part that he plays to the justice system. I wanted to get your input on this as somebody that is heavily invested. What do you think Ramee's role, or lawyers in general role, is for the PD? And please tell us a little bit about how much, if there's appreciation or kind of anger towards what they do. What is your opinion on that?
Oh, absolutely. I would love to go into it. My relationship with Ramee is pretty simple. It's like a love-hate relationship because I respect him for what he does. I respect him for standing on his business. I respect him for going out there and making sure that he does his job best because he helps me do my job better. Sometimes he comes to me and he brings issues and complaints that are very valid, and sometimes a pain in the ass. So I don't mind it. I appreciate Ramee for what he does. I think it's great having him as a lawyer because we need somebody who's competent to try to challenge us. If we're not challenged, how else will we grow?
And Sam, Leo, thank you so much for telling me those kind of words. And I have nothing but the same to say back to you, Leo. Honestly, I think we need somebody who's competent in the team of captains. I think I think we need somebody who is somebody that he knows how to dish it and give it. We don't want a yes man, and I don't think Leo Slacks is that type of person.
You're so kind coming from Mr. Ramen. Thank you.
Speaking of competent captains, we in preparation for the podcast, we have been polling a whole bunch of different people from around the city where we've been polling. That's how I got in contact with Mr. Ramee, and we have a whole bunch of people lined up for different episodes. I wanted to talk a little bit about Captain Ruth and why the poll numbers for Captain Ruth are very low. I know specifically we can have an episode with her eventually somewhere in the future, but I wanted to get your take on that, Captain Slacks.
Low poll numbers on Captain Ruth, huh? Not surprised. Let me tell you. Go ahead, Lee. Let me hear you. Let's hear this one.
Listen, there's always going to be a public opinion, a political trend or a social attitude towards certain captains. There's highs and lows. You don't have to like everybody. Captain Turner, Captain Ruth do a fantastic job of reflecting who we are as far as the LSPD. They have a different way of doing it. I respect them, and I love working with them.
Is there anything you can tell us? I know there's a lot of legal rope that we might have to jump over or anything like that, but over the last 2-3 weeks that stands out for you in terms of a case or an arrest or anything like that really you can talk about here on the podcast and let the people know how hard it is being Captain Slacks.
The only thing I can think of is January 6th. I was there when it happened. When I saw an attack on our freedom, an attack on our democracy and election, where a group of individuals thought they were doing the right thing. But in fact, they're going against everything this country is all about. And I saw what happened. I saw the protests. And I saw somebody reach for a knife. And the first thing I thought to myself, I'm going to stop it. I got in the thick of it. And instead of that person being stabbed, I got stabbed instead.
Oh man, that I mean, a literal hero sitting right next to me, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't want to call myself my hero. I'm just doing my job.
That makes it even more great. I'll be honest with you. Were you there as a police officer or?
I was. I had to pause my academy actually to come down there and help out.
Incredible. I wanted to ask a little bit about that history, kind of, if you can, Captain Slacks. We've all been through rough times. It's been a hard few years for everybody. We try what I try to do on this podcast is try to humanize the people of the city and make sure that the rest of the folk kind of can relate to you. What's the craziest thing or the scariest thing you've had to do in times of despair over the last 5 years?
I mean, you're asking a very loaded question here.
I think it's fair. It's fair to ask that. I mean, it's we've all been through. We've all been to hell and back. I feel.
I think the scariest thing I've experienced was today when I got 5 phone calls back to back from Ramee.
Did you pick those phone calls up, or did they go straight to voicemail?
After 4, I picked the one up.
Oh, okay. All right. So that checks out what the audience was saying.
I like to point out going back to the first question that you asked about him not picking up phone calls. I think, well, it answers in itself, right? You know, he doesn't have to call him 5 times, and it's a shame. I know I had the same problem with officers back in the day. Let me tell you about Commissioner Sam Bass. This motherfucker. Okay, this guy, Commissioner Sam Bass. You know, he never picked up the phone. This fat fuck would always look into things, and it got to the point where I literally had to kill the guy. Like, you know what I mean? And I don't know. You know, I really hope Leo doesn't do the same.
Yeah, that would be that would be highly.
Was that a criminal threat on live TV or a podcast?
I would like to say, disclaimer, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, and Officer Slacks, we have already talked to Captain Ruth, and anything that is said on this podcast cannot legally be used as evidence against anybody. What can be used is evidence in terms of investigating a location or a crime that is yet to be committed. But outside of that, we are it meets the statute.
Yeah, no, I know.
I understand. It's just the vibes I'm getting. Is I just got called down here, and we're having a podcast, but I'm feeling a signal coming here from Ramee next to me. I just can't tell where it's coming from, but I'm feeling something.
Signal, really? Well, what is that? What do you mean?
Let's dive into that. What are you feeling, Captain Slacks? What's
I feel like there's gonna be an explosion in the near future in my life.
Oh, what makes you think that? I'm just a lawyer. I'm a legal man. I'm a government worker.
You guys are on the same team. That is correct. And having said that, that's exactly why I wanted the both of you down here, as coworkers. You know, the first thing I asked Mr. Ramee here is how was it working with people, especially from the PD and stuff like that. And he said one of my coworkers is Captain Leo Slacks.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. I mean, that's music to my ear. I love working with Ramee. Like I said, sometimes I love working with him. Sometimes he comes to me with complaints, and I just don't want to hear him, but it's necessary.
Sounds a little more like a family to me. Ramee, what do you think of that? Are you guys?
It sounds like he hates that he
family?
loves me. You know, and I feel the same. I hate that I love this guy. You know what I mean?
Is it a complicated relationship?
Go ahead.
It depends which, it just depends which side of the tracks we're on. Sometimes on the same side, sometimes on opposite tracks. And that's just how it is, That's how the cookie crumbles.
All right. Absolutely. You guys are I want to thank you a million times for spending time with me here. And I know you guys both have very, very busy schedules. I know the audience, the listeners of Papscast and Papstalk are very happy that you guys are.
We need a spicier host.
Captain Slacks, we can do
this guy needs to be spicier. This guy is like too podcasty, actually.
Part 2, diving more into your business and your world as well.
Of course.
Thank you both for being here, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to hear from one more sponsor before we hit the outro. And do you guys have anything to plug? Anything you want to tell the listeners of Papstalk?
No, not at all. Make sure you just gotta ring Ramos. That's all.
Go LSPD.
Sorry, what was that, Captain Slacks?
I said go LSPD.
He's so cringe.
Go LSPD. Those those are 2 final words. Ladies and gentlemen, with that being said,
actually,
okay.
One more thing. Since we're on a podcast, and maybe I'll make a challenge here on the podcast, and that way we can have it on the record. Ramee, I would like to challenge you to a football game.
Oh man,
bro, you don't want this.
Yes, I do. And then we can make a bet. Winners gets XYZ, and loser has to do something.
Really? A football game?
We're 1-0 so far. We beat the Italians last week.
Okay, let's run this up. How much? We want to put money, or you want to put
we could do a bet. We could do money. It's up to you.
If I win, you have to quit PD. If I lose, I have to quit. I have to lose my bar.
Oh my God, high stakes.
Okay, I'm just kidding.
Hey,
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I don't know if I can put my badge in a football
listen,
game.
listen. How about this? If I win, I get a gun license. If I lose, you get a key to my house.
I can't, like I said, I cannot do something out of the balance of the law. I can't even give a gun license. It's a DOJ thing.
All right, how about this? Keys to the house. You get what you win. I give you a key to the house that I live in, and if you win, I get a key to the house you live in.
Okay, deal.
Okay, deal.
What do you want to play?
You heard it here first, ladies. and
Whatever you
gentlemen.
want, I'm down.
All right. The weekends are the best, so let me know when.
Oh, well, that's like the worst because I'm not around.
Okay. We can do like a Friday. Are you around Friday?
Not today, this Friday, but we can do next Friday.
No, next week. Next week.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. You heard it here on the podcast. Next Friday, football game.
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Next Friday, football game, high stakes.
6v6, by the way, Ramee. That's what we play. So bring
Of
your
course.
6. I'll
Sounds
bring
good.
my 6.
Sounds good.
Perfect. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening. Episode 1, Season 1 of
Chat,
Paps
this
Talk
is good. You know
wrapped.
why?
Gentlemen, it's only fair that you guys use the words hit the outro to officially end this episode. So whenever you're ready, say hit the outro.
I hit the outro.
All right.
Oh, thanks for having us, man.
Yeah, no, that
Thank
was
you for
great.
being here.
That was
Thank you,
great.
thank you so
that
much.
was definitely great for
Yeah,
sure.
I think over time you got to get a little bit more spicier and start, instigating and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. You know,
Yeah,
the more interviews I do, the better I get at it. We have some food for you guys.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you so
gosh.
much.
Got that.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Yeah.
Happy early birthday.
Oh, thank you so much.
There you go.
So,
right.
all right. Well, listen, Leo, thanks for coming down here, and thanks for having us, Paps. If you guys need anything else, let me know. Right?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
for sure.
Absolutely.
Feel free to
I'll-
ask any spicy questions in the future. I know you're gonna get the
Yeah.
views
You
up
gotta
online,
instigate a little bit. You know what I mean?
Oh, we're gonna make it nice and tight. We're gonna edit it where it's nice and
All right.
clean, and or in the future we'll absolutely spice things up.
Awesome. Thank you for inviting me. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Have a good one. Nice to meet you, Officer Knight.
It's good seeing you guys.
You as well.
Hey, sorry about that. I thought that guy was gonna spice it up.
That was the
Where,
most
where,
boring
where?
shit I think I've. I almost wanted to stop eating for a second.
Bro, what do you want me to do? The guy was.
Well, I
bored.
mean, you could have spiced it up as well.
How, bro? I was in the
I
beginning.
don't know. You just say something like.
Hey, what you doing, man? What's up?
Yo, bro, Peanut, I'm good to chill now. I'm sorry.